One will find many interesting stories of Bhagwan Jagannath while going through the history of Odisha. There are many stories where Bhagwan is represented in the human form, who, when called upon by the devotee, always comes to guide them by becoming their friend, brother, or advisor. The devotees of any other deity have hardly got this rare privilege of seeing their God directly. The kingdom of Kaling was ruled by Gajapatis for many years and extended the boundary of Kaling from the Ganga in the north to the Krishna river in the south. The king used to give the credit of all these successes to his patron deity, Bhagwan Jagannath. He believed that the happiness and prosperity that resides in his kingdom is only because of the blessings of Bhagwan Sri Jagannath. Hence, all the kings of Gajapati also addressed themselves by the name Rayat, which means servant king, one who is first the servant of Bhagwan Jagannath. Today we are going to tell you the story of one such king, who was a Vishnu devotee, in whose favor Bhagwan Jagannath and Balbhadra themselves fought the war. King Narsingh Dev Rai of Vijayanagar Empire had a daughter named Padmavati, who was famous in every kingdom of Bharat for her beauty. Due to her unparalleled beauty, she was also known as Rupambika. When the stories of Padmavati's beauty reached the court of Kaling, the Chakravarti Gajapati king Purushottam Dev wished to marry her. The king of Kaling sent some gifts with one of his messengers and asked Narsingh Dev for the hand of his daughter. Raja Narsingh had heard of the luxuries of the Kaling kingdom and the bravery of Raja Purushottam. But he wanted to know more about the Kaling kingdom and the king. So he sent his minister and some councillors to go to the state of Kaling to meet King Purushottam Dev and to know more about him. Narsingh Dev Rai's council reached Puri on Shukla Dvitiya, the first day of Rath Yatra, the biggest festival of Bhagwan Sri Jagannath. The courtiers of Purushottam Dev gave due respect to the guests who came from Vijayanagar and took them to see the holy Rath Yatra festival. When they all reached there, Narsingh Dev Rai's council of ministers was surprised to see the scene in front of them. They saw King Purushottam Dev sweeping the chariot of Bhagwan Jagannath with a golden broom in his hand. When he asked about it, he got the answer that the king is a servant of God and thus considers it his good fortune to sweep Jagannath's chariot every year. Hearing this, the councillors of Narsingh Dev Rai did not think highly of the king and departed immediately to the city of Kanchi. After coming back, the councillors narrated the whole story to King Narsingh Dev Rai, who also did not like the idea of Purushottam Dev sweeping the chariot. He also started insulting the Gajapati king by calling him a sweeper. And with this thought in mind, the king of Vijayanagar sent the same message to the kingdom of Kaling. The messenger, who came from Kanchi, read the letter of his king Narsingh Dev Rai in the Rajya Sabha of King Purushottam Dev, in which there was nothing but hatred, bitterness, and humiliation. Every word uttered by the messenger seemed to increase the difference between Purushottam Dev and Narsingh Dev Rai. Now, he too lost all his patience. Therefore, the king, devastated by anger, decided to attack Kanchi only after the departure of the messenger. Kaling's army, which marched on Kanchi, could not stand anywhere in the first attack. King Purushottam Dev had to accept defeat in front of the huge army of Vijayanagar. He was now feeling distressed and more humiliated than before. Finding no other way, he came to the shelter of Bhagwan Jagannath and fell in front of his idol and started narrating his pain. His unbroken faith in Bhagwan Jagannath again instilled confidence in his mind, and he again set out to climb Kanchi. While travelling towards Kanchi, the king encountered a milkmaid who stopped him. The king used to get angry whenever he was interrupted by someone during the campaign, but he wanted to listen to the words of this milkmaid as it was part of Raj Dharma. "Don't you see this huge army, Gwalin? You know that it is considered inauspicious to interrupt the army leading towards victory. Tell me who you are and why you blocked our path." An angry Gajapati asked, "Excuse me, sir. I am Manik Gwalin. I live here in a nearby village. I had no intention of making you angry. I am only requesting you to get my dues," Gwalin said, explaining her purpose. "Dues? By whom are the dues owed?" the king asked. "Two of your soldiers on a black and white horse passed through this route a while back. They bought a cup of curd from me, but they did not have the money to pay the price. That's why one of them gave me a ring and told me to show it to you and take my dues from you." Manik told what happened to her some time back. When Gajapati saw the ring, his surprise knew no bounds. That ring belonged to Bhagwan Jagannath himself. Tears were now coming out of the eyes of Purushottam Dev with devotion. "Oh Gwalin, how many good deeds you must have done. The one whom you gave curd to was none other than Bhagwan Jagannath and Balbhadra himself. Oh, you are truly blessed." Hearing this, Manik could not believe her ears, and she too, with devotion, had tears of absolute happiness. Now, there was no doubt in the mind of Purushottam Dev that God himself was with him in this Kanchi campaign. His meeting with Manik was an auspicious sign of Bhagwan Sri Jagannath. Very pleased with this, King Purushottam Dev offered Manik a whole village, which was named Manikpatna after her name. After bidding farewell to Manik, the king and his army attacked the Vijayanagar army with double confidence and might. How could anyone stand the ground against Krishna and Balram sitting on a black horse and a white horse on the battlefield? Therefore, Kanchi lost, and King Narsingadev Rai surrendered. After the treaty, Purushottam Dev brings Princess Padmavati to Kaling with him. Gajapati still remembered his humiliation. That is why he called his minister to take vengeance and said, "That shameless Narsingadev Rai has a lot of hatred for sweepers, isn't it right? His daughter Padmavati shall be married to a sweeper. That would be a proper lesson for him." The minister was a virtuous man of good nature who found it immoral to treat Padmavati like this. But he could not even dare to disobey the king's order. Therefore, showing his wisdom, he kept Rajkumari Padmavati in his house like his own daughter. And on the next Rath Yatra, when Purushottam Dev was sweeping the chariot, he got Padmavati married to him. Seeing the cleverness of his minister, Gajapati forgot his vengeance and accepted Padmavati. Even today, during the Rath Yatra, the tradition of sweeping the 3 chariots is done by Gajapati Maharaj, which is called Chera Panhara.